Hello everyone! Have you ever wondered how to strengthen your self-esteem in a lasting way? In today's video, we will discover 7 Stoic keys that will help you build indestructible self-esteem. Learn to apply ancient teachings to improve your confidence and face life with a stronger mindset. Don't miss it! Key 1. Accept what you cannot control. Stoicism is based on the fundamental distinction between what is within our control and what is not. According to this philosophy, we should focus on what we can influence, such as our own actions, decisions, and attitudes, and let go of what is beyond our control, like others' opinions, the weather, or external events. This approach helps us free ourselves from stress and frustration, and calmly accept reality, which strengthens our self-esteem because we don't get bogged down trying to change the impossible. Your attitude toward external criticism. Imagine someone criticizes your work or decisions. According to Stoicism, you cannot control what the other person thinks or says, but you can control how you react. You can choose not to feel affected, evaluating whether there is anything constructive in the criticism, but without allowing it to emotionally tear you down. Changes in the workplace. Suppose your workplace is undergoing a restructuring that affects your role. You cannot control the company's decisions, but you can control how you adapt and react to the situation, without losing your composure or allowing it to affect your self-esteem. External conditions, like the weather or traffic. If you face a traffic jam or a rainy day that ruins your plans, Stoicism reminds you that you can't change those circumstances, but you can decide how to react emotionally, without letting it ruin your day. Related Stoic quotes. Epictetus. It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of things. This quote from Epictetus reminds us that instead of being carried away by external events that we don't control, we must work on how we interpret them. If we understand that we can't control others' behavior or external circumstances, but we can control our reactions, we free ourselves from anxiety and strengthen our self-esteem. Marcus Aurelius. Remember that it is not the future or the past that weighs on you, but always the present. And this is something you can control. Marcus Aurelius invites us to focus on the present, as it is the only thing we can act upon. Worrying about what might happen or what has already happened is useless since it is not under our control. This mindset helps us accept life as it is and maintain balanced self-esteem. Seneca. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Here, Seneca emphasizes that it is our choice how we respond to external events. If we decide not to feel harmed by things we can't control, our self-esteem will not be affected by life's ups and downs. How does this strengthen self-esteem? When you accept what you cannot control, your mind is freed from unnecessary frustration. You no longer feel powerless in the face of challenges because you focus on what you can change, your attitude and actions. This empowers you, helping you build solid self-esteem based on your ability to manage your own reactions instead of trying to control the uncontrollable. Key 2. Develop self-discipline. In Stoicism, self-discipline is essential for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. The Stoics believed that true control comes from within, not from external circumstances. Self-discipline involves regulating your desires, emotions, and actions, focusing on what is right and useful, instead of giving in to momentary impulses or external distractions. By practicing self-discipline, you reinforce your self-esteem because you take control of your life and become the architect of your own actions and decisions. Instead of being a slave to your impulses or emotions, you remain firm in your principles and goals, which makes you feel more confident and valuable. Exercise and healthy habits. Suppose you decide to start exercising every day to improve your health. By sticking to that commitment, even on difficult days, your self-discipline will make you feel stronger and more capable, increasing your self-esteem because of your ability to keep your own promises. Emotional control in conflict situations. In an argument, you might be tempted to respond impulsively. However, if you use self-discipline to stay calm and respond rationally, you will not only avoid conflict but also feel proud of your ability to exercise self-control. Working toward long-term goals. Imagine you are working on an important project, like learning a new skill or completing a study. Self-discipline helps you keep going, even when results are not immediate. That persistence strengthens your self-esteem, as you prove to yourself that you can overcome the temptation to give up or get distracted. Related Stoic quotes. Epictetus. No man is free if he cannot control himself. Epictetus highlights that true freedom and control of our lives depend on the ability to govern our own impulses and desires. Self-discipline is essential to avoid being a slave to destructive emotions, and the more you practice it, the stronger your self-esteem becomes. Seneca, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Seneca suggests that success is not a matter of chance but of being prepared through self-discipline. By focusing on improving and being ready when opportunities arise, you reinforce your confidence in yourself and feel more capable. Marcus Aurelius, stop debating what it means to be a good man. Be one. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of action over words. Instead of constantly thinking about what is right, self-discipline allows you to live according to your values, which strengthens your self-esteem because you align with what you believe is morally right. How does this strengthen self-esteem? Self-discipline allows you to maintain control over your life. As you meet your goals and avoid the temptation to give up or get distracted, you feel more capable and in control. This boosts your self-esteem because you don't rely on external factors for validation. With self-discipline, you feel proud of what you can achieve, making you more confident in yourself and your ability to face challenges. Key 3. Practice daily gratitude. The Stoics considered gratitude an essential tool for maintaining a positive and balanced mindset. Practicing daily gratitude allows you to focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, and to appreciate the good things, both big and small, in your life. This habit not only helps you see the world with greater appreciation but also strengthens your self-esteem by acknowledging what you've achieved and the qualities you already possess. When you are grateful for who you are and what you have, your sense of personal value is reinforced because you stop constantly comparing yourself to others or focusing on what you think you lack. Instead of thinking you're not enough, you focus on your present blessings, which gives you a solid foundation to build stronger self-esteem. Being grateful for your personal achievements. If you start each day by acknowledging something you've achieved, no matter how small, you will feel more proud of yourself. For example, you can thank yourself for the effort you've put into your work or for maintaining a positive attitude in the face of challenges. Appreciating the simple things. Imagine a day when everything seems to go wrong. Even in those moments, a Stoic would focus on being grateful for basic things that are working, such as having good health, a place to live, or even the support of a close friend. By doing so, you strengthen your ability to see value in small things, which stabilizes your self-esteem. Turning challenges into learning opportunities. Suppose you face a difficult problem at work or in your personal life. Instead of focusing on the negative, be grateful for the opportunity to learn and grow from that experience. This shift in perspective reinforces your sense of value and capability. Related Stoic quotes. Marcus Aurelius, when you arise in the morning, think of the precious privilege of being alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that even the simplest things in life are reasons to be grateful. This focus helps us appreciate what we have and, instead of dwelling on what's missing, value our existence and who we are. Seneca, it is not what you have, but how you enjoy it that makes happiness. Seneca emphasizes that happiness doesn't come from accumulating more things but from appreciating what you already possess. By adopting a mindset of gratitude, you avoid falling into the trap of constant dissatisfaction, which reinforces self-esteem based on the appreciation of what you already have. Epictetus, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This quote from Epictetus reflects the importance of being content with what one has. Gratitude for what you already possess, instead of focusing on what you lack, is key to developing strong self-esteem, as it allows you to feel sufficient and at peace with yourself. How does this strengthen self-esteem? Practicing daily gratitude helps you shift your focus from what you think is missing to what you already have. This habit allows you to see your life from a perspective of abundance, appreciating your own qualities and achievements. When you recognize the good in yourself and your life, your self-esteem is strengthened, because you stop basing it on comparisons or on what you haven't achieved and start valuing yourself for who you are. Key 4. Maintain a realistic perspective. Stoicism teaches us to see things as they truly are, without exaggerating problems or dramatizing difficulties. Maintaining a realistic perspective means accepting the nature of external events without distorting reality with our emotions or negative perceptions. By doing so, you keep calm and clarity, which prevents stress, anxiety, or disappointment from affecting your self-esteem. When you have a realistic view of situations and yourself, you can recognize your strengths and weaknesses in a balanced way. This helps you develop self-esteem based on a sincere understanding of who you are, without falling into complacency or destructive self-criticism. Failure in a project. If a project doesn't turn out as expected, you might be tempted to see it as a total disaster and think you're not capable enough. However, a realistic perspective reminds you that failure is part of the learning process. You objectively assess what went wrong and what you can improve, without letting that setback affect your personal worth. Difficulties in a relationship. Suppose you're having problems with a friend or partner. Instead of exaggerating the situation by thinking everything is lost, a realistic perspective helps you understand that relationships have ups and downs, and disagreements don't define the entire bond. This allows you to approach the situation calmly, protecting your self-esteem. Work or personal challenges. Faced with a heavy workload or a personal challenge, an exaggerated view might make everything seem impossible. In contrast, a realistic perspective allows you to break the problem into manageable steps, reminding you that you don't have to solve everything at once. This reduces pressure and reinforces your confidence that you can handle it. Related Stoic quotes. Epictetus: "Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do, and your life will go well." Epictetus teaches us that the key to maintaining peace of mind is accepting reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. When you adopt this attitude, you avoid frustration and anxiety, which allows you to maintain balanced self-esteem without feeling defeated by what you cannot change. Marcus Aurelius: "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Marcus Aurelius reminds us that it's not external events that make us suffer, but our interpretation of them. If you view things in an exaggerated or unrealistic way, your self-esteem will be affected. By maintaining a realistic perspective, you can better manage your emotions and avoid being overly affected. Seneca: "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Seneca emphasizes that even the simple act of living day by day, with its challenges and difficulties, is an achievement in itself. Maintaining a realistic view of your struggles helps you avoid harsh self-judgment and recognize the merit of persevering, which strengthens your self-esteem. How does this strengthen self-esteem? Maintaining a realistic perspective protects you from distorting reality and falling into extreme thoughts that can damage your self-esteem. By being objective about your achievements and difficulties, you can avoid self-sabotage and build a more stable and solid self-esteem. You don't let problems overwhelm you, nor do you judge yourself too harshly. Instead, you accept your circumstances and act from a place of clarity and control. This allows you to face challenges with confidence and strengthen your sense of personal value. Key 5. Focus on your own growth, not external validation. Stoicism teaches that true strength and happiness come from within, from our actions and virtues, not from the opinions or approval of others. When you base your self-esteem on personal growth and continuous improvement, your sense of value becomes more stable and resilient. Focusing on personal growth means directing your energy toward developing skills, virtues, and wisdom rather than worrying about external judgment or recognition. This mindset frees you from the constant need for approval and allows you to define your self-worth based on your own progress and effort, not on what others think of you. As a result, you feel more confident and in control, as your self-esteem is no longer at the mercy of external factors. Personal improvement. If you're learning a new skill or trying to improve an aspect of your life, it's easy to feel discouraged if you don't receive immediate recognition. However, a Stoic would focus on the intrinsic value of learning and effort, without seeking external approval, which strengthens your self-esteem because you value your own growth, regardless of whether others notice it or not. Working for your principles. Imagine you make an important decision based on your values, even if it's unpopular or misunderstood by others. By acting according to your principles and not external validation, you strengthen your self-esteem because you feel more authentic and aligned with yourself. Facing criticism. If you receive criticism, instead of taking it as a personal attack, you can use the Stoic perspective to see if it helps you grow. If it does, you accept it. If not, you let it go without letting it affect your self-esteem because your personal worth does not depend on others' opinions. Related Stoic quotes. Epictetus: "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Epictetus reminds us that there is always room for personal growth. If you focus on what you can learn and improve, rather than seeking validation from others, your self-esteem strengthens as it's based on your own development, not external perception. Marcus Aurelius: "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Marcus Aurelius emphasizes that our happiness and well-being do not depend on what others think, but on our own mind. If you keep your thoughts focused on your personal growth, not on what others think of you, Your self-esteem will be more resilient and won't fluctuate with external opinions. Seneca, don't concern yourself with the recognition of others. Concern yourself with what you think of yourself. Seneca emphasizes the importance of self-valuation over external validation. By focusing on what you think of yourself, you base your self-esteem on your own judgment, giving you a sense of control and strength. How does this strengthen self-esteem? When you focus your attention on your own growth and not on what others think, your self-esteem becomes more resilient and authentic. Instead of depending on external approval, you feel confident in your achievements and decisions because you know you are working to improve and live according to your own values. This focus on internal growth allows you to feel more in control of your life and your value, which strengthens your self-esteem as it no longer depends on external factors or fluctuations in others' opinions. Key 6. Accept what you cannot control. One of the most important principles of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can and cannot control. The Stoics taught that we should only focus on what is within our control, such as our thoughts, emotions, and actions, while accepting everything else with serenity. By adopting this mindset, your self-esteem strengthens because you stop worrying about external factors and focus on what you can truly influence. Accepting what you cannot control prevents you from punishing yourself for things that aren't up to you, such as the opinions of others, external events, or even the outcomes of your efforts. This acceptance helps you maintain a calm and stable mindset, protecting your self-esteem from the fluctuations caused by external circumstances. A job interview. Imagine you do everything possible to prepare for an interview, but you don't get the job. Instead of punishing yourself for it, a Stoic approach would remind you that the outcome wasn't under your control. You can only control your preparation and performance during the interview, not the final decision. This prevents your self-esteem from being affected by external factors. Personal relationships. Accepting that you can't control how others think or act frees you from frustration. If a friend or family member behaves in a way you can't understand or influence, instead of wasting time and energy worrying, you focus on how you can manage your own reactions and emotions. This gives you peace and protects your self-esteem. Unexpected project outcomes. If you're working on a project and something goes wrong due to external reasons, such as a market shift or unexpected policy change, Stoicism reminds you that you cannot control those factors. Instead of becoming discouraged or blaming yourself, you focus on what you can do better next time, keeping your self-esteem intact. Related Stoic quotes. Epictetus, some things are within our control, and some things are not. We must remember this to avoid unnecessary suffering. Epictetus emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. Accepting this distinction helps us stop worrying about what we cannot change and focus on improving what we can, strengthening our self-esteem. Marcus Aurelius, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we can't control what happens, but we can control how we perceive it and how we react. By accepting external events without letting them emotionally affect us, we protect our self-esteem and remain strong in the face of adversity. Seneca, life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but about learning to dance in the rain. Seneca highlights that instead of waiting for external circumstances to be perfect, we must accept what we cannot change and keep moving forward. This acceptance strengthens our self-esteem because it makes us feel capable of navigating difficulties with serenity without losing our sense of worth. How does this strengthen self-esteem? Accepting what you cannot control frees your mind from unnecessary worries and helps you focus on what you can truly improve: your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By doing this, you realize that many of the issues that affect your self-esteem are beyond your control, and letting go of them gives you a greater sense of peace and stability. Your self-esteem is reinforced because you stop depending on external outcomes or what others think and instead focus on what you can truly influence: yourself. Key 7. Develop self-discipline. Self-discipline is a central virtue in Stoicism, as it allows you to control impulses, make rational decisions, and act consistently with your values. The Stoics believed that by developing self-discipline, you could face life with greater strength and serenity. Exercising self-control not only helps you avoid destructive or impulsive behaviors, but it also makes you feel more capable and confident in yourself, which strengthens your self-esteem. Self-discipline enables you to stay focused on your goals, resist the temptation to give up in the face of challenges, and remain consistent in pursuing your objectives. As you become more disciplined, you realize that you have the power to guide your own life, which gives you a greater sense of control and self-efficacy. Controlling emotions. If you face a difficult situation at work or in a relationship, self-discipline helps you avoid reacting impulsively. Instead of letting anger or frustration dominate you, you take a moment to reflect and act calmly. This ability to control yourself reinforces your self-esteem because you feel in control of yourself and your reactions. Being consistent with a goal. Imagine you've set the goal of improving your physical fitness. Self-discipline will allow you to stick to your exercise plan even on days when you feel unmotivated. Every time you overcome the temptation to give up and continue working towards your goal, your self-esteem strengthens because you prove to yourself that you have the ability to meet your commitments. Avoiding distractions. If you're working on an important project and easily get distracted by social media or entertainment, self-discipline helps you resist these temptations. By staying focused, you complete your tasks more effectively and feel more accomplished and proud of yourself, which reinforces your self-esteem. Related Stoic quotes. Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus reminds us that true freedom comes from self-control. When you develop self-discipline, you free yourself from the impulses and desires that can lead you astray from your goals. This sense of control over yourself strengthens your self-esteem because you feel capable of guiding your life. Marcus Aurelius. What's not good for the hive isn't good for the bee. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes that we must act for the common good, and this often requires self-discipline to put collective needs above personal temptations or selfish desires. The self-discipline to act with virtue reinforces your self-esteem because you feel aligned with your principles and capable of resisting selfish impulses. Seneca. He who conquers himself is more powerful than he who conquers others. Seneca highlights that true strength lies in self-control and self-discipline. By mastering your impulses and behaviors, you become stronger internally, which reinforces your self-esteem as you realize you have the power to direct your own life. How does this strengthen self-esteem? Self-discipline helps you trust yourself because you know you can stay true to your goals and values, even in difficult circumstances or when facing temptations. Each time you exercise self-discipline, you reaffirm your ability to control your actions and decisions, which strengthens your self-esteem. You feel more competent and in control, giving you the confidence that you can achieve what you set out to do. As you improve your self-discipline, you also strengthen your sense of personal worth, because you demonstrate that you have the mental strength to overcome obstacles and remain firm in your objectives. Stoicism offers us practical and powerful tools to develop an indestructible self-esteem. By practicing acceptance of what we cannot control, focusing on our personal growth, maintaining a realistic perspective, and developing self-discipline, we free ourselves from external influences and strengthen our inner confidence. Each Stoic key helps us build a more stable life, where our value does not depend on others' judgments or life's ups and downs. By applying these teachings, you can achieve a sense of peace, strength, and self-esteem that is unaffected by circumstances. If these Stoic ideas have inspired you and you want to continue learning how to apply them in your daily life, subscribe to our channel. We share more advice on philosophy, well-being, and personal growth so you can build a full and purposeful life. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. See you in the next one.